Unleash your inner strength. Yoga for seniors for better balance and mobility. Introduction. Picture this. You're reaching for something on a high shelf and suddenly you feel that wobble. Your heart skips a beat as you grab for the counter. Sound familiar? Or maybe you've started avoiding stairs, skipping activities you used to love, all because you're worried about falling. Well, I've got some incredible news for you today. What if I told you there's an ancient practice that could help you feel steadier on your feet, stronger in your body, and more confident in your movements than you've felt in years? Hey there, beautiful souls. Before we dive into this life-changing journey together, I'd love to know, where are you joining me from today? Drop a comment below and tell me your city or state. I absolutely love connecting with our amazing community from coast to coast and beyond. Are you worried about losing your balance and mobility as you age? You're definitely not alone in feeling this way. Today, we're going to explore senior-friendly yoga poses that are specifically designed to boost your strength and flexibility, helping you move with the confidence and ease you deserve. And if this sounds like something that could change your life, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're about to unlock your inner strength in ways you never imagined possible. Let me tell you about Florence. At 78, she used to be the life of every family gathering, dancing at weddings, chasing her great-grandkids around the backyard, volunteering at the local community center. But about 3 years ago, everything started to change. It began with small things. Florence would catch herself reaching for walls when she walked. She started saying no to invitations because she was afraid of navigating unfamiliar places. The final straw came last Christmas when she fell getting out of her car in her own driveway. She wasn't seriously hurt, but that fear settled in her bones like winter frost. Florence's daughter Sarah was heartbroken watching her vibrant mother become a shadow of herself. "Mom used to light up every room," Sarah told me, "but after that fall, it was like watching someone slowly disappear." But here's where Florence's story takes an incredible turn, and this is why I'm so passionate about sharing what I'm about to show you today. Sarah convinced Florence to try a gentle yoga class at their local senior center. Florence was skeptical at first. "I can barely walk without wobbling, and you want me to do yoga?" But what happened next was nothing short of miraculous. 6 months later, Florence was back to dancing at family gatherings. She's volunteering again, taking walks in her neighborhood, and just last month she told me with the biggest smile, "I feel like I got my life back." So what? Transformed Florence from fearful to fearless. That's exactly what we're going to discover together today. 1. The critical importance of balance and mobility. Now, you might be wondering, why is balance and mobility such a big deal as we get older? Isn't it just natural to slow down a bit? Here's the thing, and this might surprise you, losing balance and mobility isn't just about aging. It's about what happens when we stop challenging our bodies in the right ways. Let me break this down for you in a way that'll make perfect sense. Your balance system is like a 3-legged stool. You've got your inner ear, which acts like your body's level, your vision, which helps you see where you are in space, and something called proprioception. That's your body's ability to sense where it is without looking. As we age, each of these systems naturally starts to decline a little bit. But here's the kicker. When we become less active because we're worried about falling, we actually make the problem worse. It's like a negative feedback loop. The statistics are pretty eye-opening, folks. Every year, 1 in 4 Americans over 65 takes a fall. That's about 36 million falls annually. And here's what's really concerning. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among seniors. But it's not just about the physical injuries. After a fall, many seniors develop what doctors call fear of falling. This fear can be just as limiting as an actual injury. People start avoiding activities they love, they stop going out as much, and slowly but surely their world gets smaller and smaller. But here's where it gets really exciting, and this is why I'm so passionate about yoga for seniors. Recent research has shown that gentle, consistent yoga practice can actually reverse many of these age-related changes. We're talking about improved proprioception, stronger core muscles, better flexibility, and enhanced cognitive function that all work together to keep you steady on your feet. If you're finding this as fascinating as I do, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps other people discover this life-changing information. I've seen it with my own eyes. 70-year-olds who started yoga practice and within months were moving with the confidence of someone decades younger. 80-year-olds who went from using walkers to taking daily walks. This isn't magic. This is the power of working with your body instead of against it. 2. How yoga becomes your secret weapon. Now, when I mention yoga to seniors, I often get this look. You know the one. Yoga? Isn't that for young, flexible people who can twist themselves into pretzels? I totally get it. But here's what most people don't realize. Yoga was never about being able to put your leg behind your head or balance on one finger. The word yoga actually means union. It's about bringing your mind, body, and breath together in harmony. What we're talking about today is specifically designed for real people with real bodies and real concerns. No fancy poses, no impossible positions. Just gentle, effective movements that work with your body exactly as it is right now. Here's how yoga specifically addresses the balance and mobility challenges we face as we age. Core strength first. Yoga strengthens what I like to call your powerhouse, your core muscles. These aren't just your abs, folks. We're talking about all the muscles that wrap around your midsection like a natural corset. When these muscles are strong, they provide the foundation for everything else you do. Think of your core like the trunk of a tree. A tree with a strong trunk can weather storms and stay upright. Tree with a weak trunk? Well, that's when branches start falling. Flexibility and range of motion. As we age, our muscles and joints can become stiff, kind of like a door hinge that hasn't been oiled in a while. Yoga gently oils your joints, keeping them moving smoothly through their full range of motion. This isn't about becoming a contortionist. It's about being able to reach for things, turn to look behind you when you're driving, or bend down to pick up something you dropped without feeling like the Tin Man from Oz. Proprioception. Enhancement. Remember that fancy word I mentioned earlier? Proprioception. This is where yoga really shines. Through gentle poses and mindful movement, yoga actually rewires your nervous system to have better awareness of where your body is in space. It's like upgrading your body's GPS system. Instead of that shaky, uncertain feeling when you're walking on uneven ground, you develop what I call body confidence. You trust your body to keep you upright and safe. Mind-body connection. But here's where yoga goes beyond just physical exercise. It teaches you to listen to your body. Through breath awareness and mindful movement, you develop an incredible sensitivity to what your body needs. This means you're less likely to push too hard and injure yourself, but you're also less likely to baby yourself unnecessarily. You find that sweet spot of appropriate challenge. Are you starting to see why yoga could be a game changer for you? If so, I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel because we share practical, gentle fitness tips for active aging every single week. I can't tell you how many people have told me that yoga didn't just improve their balance, it gave them back their confidence. Like Robert from Arizona, who's 73, and told me that after 6 months of gentle yoga, he felt steady enough to go on a hiking trip with his grandchildren for the first time in 5 years. 3. A gentle yoga flow for better balance. All right, beautiful people, this is where the magic happens. I'm going to guide you through 4 gentle, effective yoga poses that you can do right from your living room. These poses are specifically chosen because they work together to improve your balance, strengthen your core, and increase your mobility. Before we start, let me give you some important safety tips that I want you to always remember. Always have a sturdy chair or wall nearby for support. Never push through pain. Gentle sensation is good. Pain is not. Move slowly and breathe deeply. If you have any health conditions, check with your doctor first. Listen to your body. It's the smartest teacher you'll ever have. Pose 1. Mountain pose with awareness. Chair support available. Let's start with the foundation of all yoga poses, mountain pose. Now, I know this might look like just standing, but trust me, there's so much happening here. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Imagine you're standing on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. If you need support, keep one hand gently on your chair. Feel your feet on the ground. I want you to imagine roots growing from your feet into the earth. Now gently shift your weight forward and back, side to side, until you find that sweet spot where you feel most balanced. Roll your shoulders back and down. Imagine a golden string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Take 5 deep breaths here, just noticing how it feels to stand with intention and awareness. Benefits. This pose teaches you how to find your center of gravity and builds body awareness. It's like calibrating your internal balance system. Pose 2. Chair-supported tree pose. Now we're going to challenge your balance just a tiny bit, but in a completely safe way. Stand behind your chair and place both hands on the back for support. Shift your weight to your right foot and simply lift your left heel off the ground, keeping your toes down for stability. If that feels good, you can place the sole of your left foot against your right ankle or calf. Just avoid the knee area. The key is to start small. You're not trying to look like a picture in a magazine. You're building strength and confidence. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing normally, then switch sides. If you wobble, that's perfectly normal. Your muscles are learning, and wobbling means they're working. Benefits. This pose strengthens your standing leg, improves proprioception, and builds the kind of confidence that transfers to real-life situations, like standing on one foot to put on a shoe. How are you feeling so far? If these poses are helping you feel more grounded and stable, hit that like button to let me know. Pose 3. Seated spinal twist. For this one, we're going to sit in our chair. See how accessible yoga can be. This pose is incredible for maintaining spinal mobility, which is crucial for daily activities like looking over your shoulder when you're driving or reaching for something behind you. Sit up tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor. Place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand on the back of your chair or on your lower back. On an inhale, grow taller through the top of your head. On your exhale, gently twist to the right, using your hands for support, not force. Think of wringing out a washcloth, gentle but effective. Hold for 30 seconds, breathing normally, then slowly return to center and twist to the left. The key word here is gentle. We're not trying to win any flexibility contests. Benefits. This pose maintains spinal mobility, improves digestion, and helps prevent that hunched-over posture that can throw off your balance. Pose 4. Modified Warrior 3, chair support. This last pose might sound intimidating, but we're going to make it completely doable and incredibly effective. This is my favorite pose for building real-world balance confidence. Stand behind your chair and place both hands on the back. Step your left foot back about 2 feet. Keeping most of your weight on your right foot, slowly start to lift your left leg behind you, just a few inches off the ground. The goal isn't to get your leg high. The goal is to challenge your balance in a controlled way while building strength in your standing leg and core. You can keep your toe on the ground and just shift more weight to your standing leg if that's what feels right today. Hold for 15-30 seconds, then switch sides. This pose is a total game changer for functional balance. Benefits. This pose strengthens your entire standing leg, challenges your balance system, and builds the kind of stability you need for real-life activities like reaching for things while standing. Finish by returning to mountain pose and taking 3 deep breaths. Notice how your body feels now compared to when we started. That's the magic of yoga. It doesn't require hours, just consistency and intention. 4. Making yoga part of your daily life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I actually make this a habit? I've tried exercise programs before and they just didn't stick. I hear you, and I want to address this head-on because consistency is the key to seeing real results. But here's the thing. We're not talking about becoming a yoga fanatic. We're talking about adding gentle, purposeful movement to your life in a way that feels natural and sustainable. Start ridiculously small. Here's my secret weapon for building lasting habits. Start so small that it feels almost silly. Instead of committing to 30 minutes of yoga every day, start with just mountain pose while your morning coffee is brewing. That's it. 2 minutes, max. The goal isn't to get an amazing workout. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can show up consistently. Once that becomes automatic, then we can build from there. Integrate. Don't isolate. Instead of thinking about yoga as this separate thing you have to squeeze into your day, think about how you can integrate these movements into things you're already doing. Do the seated spinal twist while you're watching the morning news. Practice your balance with tree pose while you're waiting for your tea to steep. Do some gentle stretches during commercial breaks. This way, yoga becomes part of your life instead of another item on your to-do list. Create a supportive environment. You don't need a fancy yoga studio or expensive equipment, but having a few simple things can make a huge difference. A sturdy chair, maybe a cushion for comfort, and enough space to extend your arms. That's all you need. I recommend setting up a little yoga corner in your home. It doesn't have to be big or fancy, but having a designated space makes it more likely you'll actually practice. It's like a visual reminder of your commitment to yourself. Listen to your body. Always. This is crucial, folks. Your body is going to feel different from day to day, and that's completely normal. Some days you might feel strong and stable. Other days you might feel a bit wobbly or stiff. Both are okay. The key is to adjust your practice to meet your body where it is today. If you're having a low-energy day, maybe you just do some gentle breathing and seated stretches. If you're feeling strong, maybe you challenge yourself a little more with longer holds or more challenging variations. Adapt, don't abandon. One of the most beautiful things about yoga is that it can be adapted for any body, any condition, any limitation. If you're dealing with arthritis, we can modify poses to be gentler on your joints. If you have balance concerns, we can do more seated or supported variations. If you use a wheelchair or walker, there are absolutely ways to incorporate yoga principles into your movement practice. The point is never to force your body into a pose. The point is to find a version of the pose that works for your unique body and situation. If you're feeling inspired to start your own gentle yoga practice, I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. We regularly share modified poses and gentle routines specifically designed for active aging. Find your tribe. While you can absolutely practice yoga at home, there's something magical that happens when you practice with others. Many community centers, senior centers, and yoga studios offer gentle or chair yoga classes specifically for seniors. Not only is it safer to learn proper alignment from a qualified instructor, but the social aspect can be incredibly motivating. Plus, you'll meet other people who are on the same journey of staying active and healthy as they age. Celebrate small wins. Finally, and this is so important, celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Maybe this week you held tree pose for an extra 5 seconds. Maybe you were able to reach a little further in your spinal twist. Maybe you just showed up and practiced when you didn't feel like it. All of these are victories worth celebrating. Remember, we're not trying to become perfect. We're trying to become stronger, more balanced, and more confident in our bodies. 5. The ripple effects of a yoga practice. Now I want to share something with you that I find absolutely amazing. The ripple effects that happen when you start practicing yoga regularly. Because while we've been focusing on balance and mobility, yoga tends to improve so much more than just your physical body. Mental clarity and confidence. The mind-body connection in yoga isn't just feel-good talk, it's real science. The deep breathing and mindful movement actually change your brain chemistry, reducing stress hormones and increasing feel-good neurotransmitters. But here's what I find most exciting. As your physical balance improves, so does your mental and emotional balance. You start to feel more confident, not just in your movements, but in your daily life. You're more willing to try new things, go new places, accept new invitations. Improved sleep and energy. So many of my students tell me that they sleep better after starting a yoga practice. This makes perfect sense. When your body feels better and your stress levels are lower, quality sleep comes more naturally, and better sleep means more energy during the day, which means you're more likely to stay active, which creates this beautiful positive cycle of health and vitality. Enhanced relationships. This might surprise you, but I've seen yoga practice improve relationships. When you feel more confident and comfortable in your body, you're more present with the people you love. You're more likely to engage in physical activities with your grandchildren, more willing to go out with friends, more open to new experiences with your spouse or partner. Florence, who I told you about at the beginning, told me that one of the best parts of getting her confidence back was being able to fully engage with her family again. I stopped being the grandmother who watched from the sidelines, she said. I became the grandmother who joined in the fun. Connection to your body. In our youth-obsessed culture, it's easy to start viewing our aging bodies as the enemy, something that's betraying us or holding us back. But yoga teaches us to see our bodies as allies, as wise teachers that have carried us through decades of life. This shift in perspective is profound. Instead of focusing on what your body can't do anymore, you start appreciating what it can do. Instead of fighting the aging process, you start working with it gracefully. If you're starting to see how yoga could be so much more than just exercise for you, please share this video with someone who might benefit from this message. Sometimes we all need a reminder that our best chapters might still be ahead of us. 6. Your gentle yoga journey starts now. All right, my friends, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you're feeling inspired rather than overwhelmed. The beautiful thing about starting a yoga practice is that you can literally begin right where you are, right now, with your body exactly as it is today. Your first week. Just show up for your first week. I want you to focus on just one thing: showing up. Practice mountain pose for 2 minutes each morning. That's it. No pressure, no judgment, just 2 minutes of standing with intention and awareness. The goal isn't to see dramatic changes. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can commit to something and follow through. You're building the foundation of trust with yourself. Week 2. Add gentle movement. If week 1 went well, add the chair-supported tree pose to your practice. Still just a few minutes each day, but now you're gently challenging your balance and building strength. Week 3. Explore seated poses. Add the seated spinal twist to your routine. Now you're working on mobility in addition to balance and strength. You might start to notice that you're moving a little more freely throughout your day. Week 4. Put it all together. Try the complete sequence we practiced today. By now, you've built familiarity with each pose individually, so putting them together should feel natural and comfortable. Track your journey. I encourage you to keep a simple journal of your practice, not to judge yourself, but to celebrate your progress. Note how you feel before and after your practice. Track small improvements. Maybe you held a pose a little longer, or felt a bit more stable, or just felt calmer afterward. This isn't about documenting perfect performance. It's about honoring your commitment to yourself and noticing the subtle but significant changes that happen when you consistently care for your body. Important safety. Reminder: before starting any new exercise program, including gentle yoga, please check with your healthcare provider, especially if you have any chronic conditions, take medications that affect balance, or have a history of falls. They can help you determine what modifications might be necessary for your specific situation. I'm so excited for you to begin this journey. Drop a comment below and tell me which pose you're most excited to try, or if you have any questions about getting started. I read every single comment and love connecting with this amazing community. As we wrap up today, I want you to remember Florence's story. She went from being afraid to walk across her own driveway to dancing at family weddings again. The only thing that changed was her willingness to try something new and commit to showing up for herself consistently. You have that same power within you right now. You have the ability to feel stronger, more balanced, and more confident in your body. It doesn't require becoming someone different. It just requires honoring who you already are and giving your body the gentle attention it deserves. Every time you practice, even for just a few minutes, you're not just improving your balance. You're investing in your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life. You're choosing to age with grace and strength instead of fear and limitation. If today's practice opened your eyes to what's possible for your body and your life, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and join our community of people who believe that our best years don't have to be behind us. Next week, we're exploring another crucial topic for healthy aging: gentle strength training exercises you can do at home with no equipment. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Remember, your body has carried you through so much life already. It deserves your patience, your kindness, and your care. Every breath you take in your practice is a celebration of the amazing body that has brought you this far and will continue to serve you for years to come. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, trust your body, and keep moving forward with confidence and grace.